Thanks for watching Mid-Morning this Monday. Many around the world are remembering Jerry Lewis.
Legendary actor, comedian, and longtime host of the annual Muscular Dystrophy Association Telethon. Died at the age of 91. Lewis was only 20 when he teamed up with singer Dean Martin to create one of the most popular comedy teams of all time. Over the years, the telethon for Jerry's Kids raised more than $1.5 billion.
Tons of money.
Huge money. Jerry Lewis was loved by many, but he was hated by others. And in death, you cannot gloss over just the complicated, unique character that he really was.
Yeah, and I think to see someone who is kind of polarizing in that way, but the way he rose to stardom too, maybe a little different than how it would even happen now. He became a star in his teens, but he didn't really, become that hit until he teamed up with Dean Martin in his early 20s.
So handsome, Dean Martin.
Oh, Dean was handsome, he's cool, he's a great singer, and Jerry was not.
No.
Nope. Sorry.
Opposites attract.
Yeah,
right? And there's something
work.
always appealing about that sort of combination, especially when you think about the vaudeville stage and think of the era, right? This was right after World War II. Radio was king, then television starts to grow. They take their fame from TV, parlay that into films. The Martin and Lewis act just rose along with that. And after the war, I think America was looking for a break, and they found it with those two.
Yeah, but Jerry Lewis, he was also known for being a real pain. He wanted to control a lot of his movies that Martin and Lewis were making, and Dean Martin resented that, so they performed together for the last time in 1956.
Yeah,
you can't just get along.
How big that was, that breakup, right?
So then, 20 years is that time frame where it took them to come back together, which I think surprised a lot of people. But Frank Sinatra, he was the one who did it, and it was at a reunion on stage during the Muscular Dystrophy Telethon. That was in 1975. Didn't last. It wasn't until Dean Martin's old adult son died in the mid-1980s that they really came back together again. Jerry Lewis did go to the funeral. Then they spoke occasionally until Dean Martin died. So it showed that love was still there.
Life event, bringing people together makes sense.
So Jerry's Kids were legendary, and certainly I remember being just really growing up watching the Labor Day Telethon. These things would go for almost 24 hours. They would bring out all of the top singers and entertainers of the time, and they would share those personal stories as well of young people, Jerry's Kids. Now, some advocates for the rights of the disabled were really upset about it, found it condescending, and as kind of the world moved forward in the way you talk about people with disabilities, there was something kind of that felt like maybe old-fashioned in a bad way about the telethon. However, $2 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, hard to find a celebrity who's raised more money. And his heart was in it for sure.
Yeah, he's changed a lot of lives.